Hello, I'm Super Orange Cat, and I got some breaking Toonami news. Literally just minutes ago on Toonami at the Green at San Diego Comic-Con, we got the announcement that FLCL Grunge will debut on September 9th. And they did show a trailer, and I'm going to try to just give my thoughts on the trailer. The trailer, there's one very obvious thing about the trailer I'll mention in a minute, but the trailer basically felt like, what would you do if they just were like, okay, fine, we'll do what the people who hated Fully Coolly Progressive wanted us to do. Because remember back when Fully Coolly Progressive first aired, people were like, where's Naoda? Or Conti doesn't play that much of a role. Well, right in the trailer, you have a boy who at least looks like Naoda, and I think is supposed to be Naoda, but it's like an alternate universe of the original Fully Coolly in a way. Where it's like this boy is a lot like Naoda, is like saying the same stuff Naoda said towards the end of Fully Coolly, like, man, all the adults suck. You got this plan and it's destroying the world's gonna die, and all the adults are just like giving up and stuff. And he has like two friends, one who's basically the Thing, and this girl who looks like someone's like deviant art OC or something, who have like multicolored hair and stuff. And I'll give you a reason why I think they gave her multicolored hair in a second, and it does tie to the other thing I will definitely address by the end of this. And it's like basically, oh, they fight Medical Mechanica. Oh, and of course, Haruko's gonna help. She's there. She's gonna do Haruko stuff, probably something perverted, and probably help attempt to save the day. So it's kind of like the original in the way where Haruko was fighting Medical Mechanica. But back then in the original, her motivation was basically just to get Atomisk. We don't see Atomisk or any shred of evidence of Atomisk in this one. So this feels like this is supposed to be like an alternate universe of the original Fully Coolly, where, oh, now it actually has a couple friends. One's the Thing, and one's this other girl who the Thing clearly has a crush on, and that's supposed to be part of the whole plot. And it's like the original, where Medical Mechanica's this Thing, and Amuro's there too. Amuro, that's what makes me really think this was the part supposed to be like, oh, I'll take on the original, because Amuro, or a guy who looks a lot like Amuro, including the bushy eyebrows, is there, and he's like, man, Medical Mechanica sucks. Well, he didn't say exactly like that, of course, but the impression was like, oh, Medical Mechanica is such a pain in my side, basically. And you don't know what his interaction with Haruko is going to be in this one, because in the original, it was the whole Aries thing where he was like just this weird pervert, and he was like the one person she actively actually disliked in the whole thing. And like, again, you had the multiple times where she had to stand off with him in the original, especially the one in the barber shop, which is the more famous one. But again, so now into the one very obvious, very in-your-face thing, which I think is going to be very distracting to people. The animation. So, of course, I already mentioned, and it's been mentioned already, that the animation is going to be notably different. Where Fully Coolly, all three editions, especially the first two, kind of have, the first one and the third one kind of have this experimental vibe to it a bit. You have really actually, you go from this weird experimental 2D stuff to what is plainly a 3D animation style. And it reminds me a lot in all the wrong ways of Blade Runner Black Lotus. It's 3D, and where Blade Runner Black Lotus was clearly motion capture, this isn't, but it is just physically hard to really watch. It's one of the things, if you look at the trailer yourself, it's probably on YouTube by now, it's kind of hard to see what's going on at times, and it's almost the right way to say it is sensory overload, but it's with like somewhat darker colors too. And I can tell you, in terms of quality and watchability, it looks like it's going to be a healthy step down from all three previous Fully Coolly series. But again, the plot looks like it's going to be like like, was it Marvel that has like the what if Captain America was British and all this stuff? It feels like that, but with Fully Coolly. And that's why I think the plot's going to kind of be of like, yeah, here's Medical Mechanica, and they're going to destroy the Earth. And instead of having a weird kind of open-ended ending with Medical Mechanica like the first one, or really all three of them, you have this thing where it's like, oh, they're actually going to fight Medical Mechanica head on. And they also added a little thing like from Fully Coolly Alternative, probably a wink to Fully Coolly Alternative, the whole, oh, all the rich people can board this rocket ship and go to Mars or something. Or Earth, because it's kind of implied also in the Fully Coolly universe that the city is on Mars. It's this whole long thing that's just this whole thing to get through, but to explain. But again, Fully Coolly Grunge, debuting September 9th. which interestingly enough is 2 weeks after this Fully Cooley rerun is supposed to end. Which makes me think, one, we're clearly going to get a Labor Day marathon because Labor Day weekend is the weekend before Fully Cooley Grunge is set to air, and the other one, we might get like a second. We might get back-to-back marathon weeks. Either that, or they're like, screw it, we'll just double up or triple up My Adventures with Superman, or double up One Piece or Naruto, something like that. Might. But again, this is a big announcement. New show, Fully Cooley Grunge, announced on St. Patrick's Day 2022, is going to air September 9th, 2023. So again, what do you guys think? Have you seen the trailer? What are your thoughts on Fully Cooley Grunge? Are you excited? Are you a bit pessimistic? Or are you a little in the middle like I am? Leave your thoughts, leave your comments down below. I am Super Orange Cat, and that is all.